You know, the crazy times that we're in are characterized by a sense of urgency or a need for taking the bull by the horns. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu declared work from home for civil servants and a 25% reduction in public transport fares. The introduction of the 42 Sunday market seems it seeks to crash mounting prices of basic food items across the length and breadth of Lagos State. Again, about 50,000 pregnant women would be exempted from health charges each year. In desperate times, we would either find a way of, or make one, as they say. But first, let's share the story by TVC. Our man there is Adedoja Salam Adeni. Welcome. Let's go there.
It's more like an annual general meeting. Journalists from different media, social media and traditional media are eager to hear Governor Sanwo-Olu and also ask salient questions affecting residents. As Nigerians are presently grappling with the ripple effect of the federal government's decision to remove fuel subsidy and the foreign exchange crisis, the governor acknowledged the tough time citizens are going through. For him, there are plans for Lagos residents to ease their burden.
From this weekend, we're throwing back a 25% reduction on all public transportation, on our trains, on our ferry services. Immediately from next week, we're working out a plan where civil servants from level 0, from 1 to 14, will come to the office maximum 3 times a week.
Answering questions on palliative, the governor said there is plan to set up Sunday markets and also ease the burden concerning health.
42 markets in Lagos, stable, food items. But this time, you'll be buying, but you'll be buying at a reduced cost. We're going to cap what you can buy at not more than 25,000, and we'll be giving you a 25% rebate immediately there. We're doing a food purchase and redistribution that will cover about 300,000 households. We want to identify mama put caterers that are in your look, and we want to be able to feed between 1,000 and 1,500 in every local government per day, at the first instance for the next, 30 to 60 days. So immediately, where all our 31 general hospitals will be given free child delivery, either during normal birth or cesarean birth, we will take up the cost so that we reduce the pressure. We are also working with them to reduce the cost of some particular types of drugs, hypertension, diabetes, and we can give a rebate at our hospitals.
On urban renewal, Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos State government is not targeting any tribe, gender or religion before embarking on the demolition exercise.
The media chat is part of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's plan for regular engagements with Lagos residents. The input from journalists would help provide information that will guide government's decision on planned programs before their implementation and engender swift intervention on matters that affect the people. Adedoja Salam Adeniyi, TVC News, Lagos.
Charles, that's certainly taking the bull by the horns.
Yes, the bulls, the stubborn bulls, if you will. Because over time we've been traumatized. We've had both from all aspects of our national lives, people are actually suffering and all that. And that's why I say sometimes, yes, you can run market economy, but there's nothing to stop you from when you have a problem such as we have in Nigeria today. Then you can borrow from socialism. I mean, it's a matter of how to take it. It's welfareism. Okay, welfareism, I wanted to say. So you can find a way to also reach out and say, okay, how can we use welfareism to actually cushion it? After all, it's a stopgap measure. Nobody said it's going to be continued forever. So if you have that, then you reach into your whatever you have, where you store the money and all that, bring it out so that people can, as the president will say, so that they can breathe. And then people can also, okay, they heave a sigh of relief and say, what do we do next? Before they now begin to look at what can they do to reach out to make money? Because anybody who's hungry, there's no way. The person is prone to, his head will go to so many places that will be improper. So what we are having here now is I think it's a good start. But it's not something that is going to continue forever. People must have to be told that truth. It is a stopgap measure. That's why it's called palliative. When somebody is sick, you give the person an analgesic for the person to go to bed.
Yeah.
But what you use to cure the person is there. It's just it's palliative. Palliative is not something that it lasts forever.
You know, I'm looking at a 3-day work week.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, okay. I was also going to that place. Yes,
they
exactly.
work from home.
Work from, I mean, if you look at, I think it's Google and some other big, mighty global brand. Most of them, it's almost empty. What they do now is that they encourage people to work from home, right? Since the COVID-19, more people work, and people even make more money working from home because you are not tied to this 8 to 7 or whatever they call it. Then you have to contend with the traffic. You have to contend with all these vagaries of the society and all that. So you find them sit at home. They can plan their time, submit their work and all that, and do that. And I think it's going to help the productivity of the state workforce.
It is sometimes you cannot but want to be cynical. Those people, those black legs, because they are there, if you catch any, punish them.
Yeah.
And you will be wrong. Punish them to send a message.
It's, government has to do that. You know, there are many things that government likes to do that on our own we sabotage. The governor said they are going to subsidize food items being sold in Lagos markets. They are going to have 42 Sunday markets, and people can buy
at reduced prices,
at subsidized rates. They then put a proviso that you cannot buy anything above 25,000.
Yes.
Okay.
That is silly.
The reason is obvious.
That is silly, yeah.
Somebody who knows that they are selling rice here at reduced rate, maybe 25% of the cost had been shaved off the original cost. He can take that commodity somewhere else to sell so that he can make money. That is what we are doing to ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what people want to make profit. We are talking about those cement people.
An example.
What is it that they use in producing cement that they do not source from within the borders of Nigeria? They should tell us. They should tell us. We're not talking about gas. Gas. Price of gas has gone up. Within so short a time that it went up, you are now thinking of 15,000. Because you think there's no government here, that you can just do what you like. People no longer think about you and I. They just want to make money. It is the attitude that we see in our banks. It is the attitude that we see in our market.
Even in government offices.
And in government offices.
Yes, exactly.
Some of the rice meant for IDPs get diverted and rebagged.
And then
there have been arrests of whole trucks taking rice to the northeast meant for meant for IDPs.
Yeah.
Rice heading for the northeast meant for IDPs. Because you know it's a war torn zone. Hijacked along the way, diverted, and police made arrest. It was a big problem in Borno State at some point. To the point that even the police and the army, they engaged in a shootout over rice meant for IDPs in this country. So whatever government seeks to do, there has to be some measures, solid measures that will ensure that this whole thing is not abused. And then, given the nature of our government to sometimes sleep on duty, the tax that we have, because if you listen to Sanwo-Olu yesterday, when he was answering this question, it took him about 35 minutes to answer just that question.
To tell how important it is.
Yes. Because I asked, what is your strategy? I told him, people are going through a lot at this time. What is your strategy to ease the pains? We've been told that you governors are not doing enough. Just like that, you are earning more than you used to earn from FAC. And we saw his strategy yesterday. He enunciated his strategy. But they say that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty.
Yeah.
What we need to do as journalists, as stakeholders, as civil society, is to ensure that those steps that the governor has said he will take gets implemented.
And keep reminding them.
That is our duty. To remind him from time to time that Governor Sanwo-Olu, you promised to do this. We have been told that you've not been doing it. It's 3 months down the line, you've not started. You know, when you put leaders on their toes like that, you are not thinking, this person will fight me. For me, I don't have permanent friends.
Or permanent
among the governors. No, when I say permanent, I know what I mean.
I know.
Yes.
No,
People
they tease you.
No, I will explain.
So that people don't get...
I'm a man who takes charge of the spoken word. When I say I don't have permanent friends, the point I'm making is I can fight you anytime if you step out of line. It is our duty as journalists to say, okay, this person, Nigerians are suffering, you caused it. What are you going to do? And if you promise us that you are going to do this, you are going to do that, we have
to call you out.
Yes, we have to ensure. In giving Nigeria the Abacha loot, they told us that civil society should be involved.
Yeah, involved at time.
To monitor how the money is used, so that the Abacha loot doesn't get reluted
again by another Abacha that is
alive. So as we are building roads, building Lagos-Ibadan Expressway with it, building the second Niger Bridge with it, building the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway with it, civil society was also involved. That was the condition. So today we are saying, Mr. Governor of Lagos State has said, women from now on, women, once they come to Lagos General Hospitals to give birth, it is free. Some states like Yobe were already doing that. Were doing that before.
I think that also does.
So if Sanwo-Olu has said, okay, this is what I want to do, those civil servants, they must not take money from anybody. That vigilance we must ensure, because I listened to him. What he was saying at a point, I was proud of him.
Very passionate.
Because I felt, okay, these are not even one-off thing. If you are helping people, because it's a lot of pain that people go through, whether it's cesarean or all manner, it's a lot of money. So if you can do that, that would take some of the burden away from people. Family. You can't say because things are difficult, people should not sleep with their wives again or procreate. We can't say that.
No.
We have no authority to say that.
Nature was,
but when the government steps in to say, okay, we will help.
To cushion the effect.
Because it's part of the cost. It's part of the cost that people are bearing at this time.
Okay.
But I have a flip side.
Hold on. Okay. Let's observe this break. Okay. We'll be back. Let's make some money. It's natural. So come with us. We'll be back. All right, folks. Welcome back. Yeah, Jide, another intervention announced was the Sunday market.
I am really for it.
Yeah.
In some parts of the world, there are markets where...
Designated.
Yes, where you can get your stuff at rock bottom.
For everyday people.
Yes, you know. If I go to a big grocery store like ShopRite, for example, they have some fresh stuff. But you know, they could give me 4 bulbs of tomato and said, it's 15,000. I have no reason to complain. I knew,
you went
I knew that.
By choice.
Yes.
You wanted a tush place.
So, but there are places where government helps to buy commodities from farmers.
From source.
Off-takers. From farmers. And then they are creating those hubs. Lagos has begun. If you observe, last week, Doja did a special on one of those hubs where you just go and buy those fresh tomatoes, fresh vegetables, you know. So he's saying that right now their plan is to buy those, create those hubs across the state where people can go buy their stuff with ease, in good condition, and at a much cheaper rate than they could get it elsewhere. Government, you see, Thailand, for example, they still subsidize rice. They produce a lot of it, but they subsidize. There is no country where you don't have some level of subsidy.
And it's not a death sentence.
What he has told us now is that even transportation, they will work with the unions and give us transport subsidy, which reduce it by 25%. That will also take part of the burden away from. So it's not intervention that we are calling for. It's not simply to distribute rice to people. It depends. There are various ways by which you can do it. Government now, President Tinubu, refusing to allow petrol prices to hit the roof is part of intervention through the foreign exchange. I hear people say, oh, he has started subsidy again. If he has started paying subsidy, how come those states got 1.14 trillion again? That's what they shared. Subsidy is still very much here. What the president said was that if we need to intervene, we will not fail to intervene. And in this case, a responsible government knows that this is not the time to increase petrol price. So you have to intervene through the foreign exchange that the importers need, because it's not NNPC alone that imports. The foreign exchange that importers need to keep the price stable, you intervene through it. Make it available to them. People say today the landing cost is 1,000. I don't care what the landing cost is. What I care about is don't increase.
Don't increase it. So
if you are doing it, anybody who says, oh, he's paying subsidy, that is your problem. He should not increase it. That is our goal. Let the price, already the price is too high. So if he intervenes to keep it stable at least.
And make it affordable.
How can I quarrel with that? How can I make an issue out of that? So that is the thing. There has to be intervention. What Sanwo-Olu has done is to intervene in critical areas. He's saying, and look, for the civil servant, what is the salary of the average civil servant? If he can stay at home, you know,
and save some money from...
he saves some money from
even
transportation costs.
Yes.
Is huge.
Chops,
and when you get to work, you see it.
Even the stress, community stress also.
Yes.
You also have to reduce that and then increase their productivity.
They have dozens of buses,
you know,
taking workers.
Yeah, workers to and fro.
But he acknowledged that those buses are not enough. So you still have to intervene in other ways. So these things, as long as the government implements those promises in single-minded fashion, honestly, Lagosians will be happy and we will see the effect. We will certainly see the effect. But let's hope that as he has made these promises, he will walk the talk. That's what is important.
You know, Jide talked earlier on about the media. You know, this in soccer they talk about kick and follow. Following the kick, so to speak.
Yes. Well, it's very important because we are the fourth estate of the realm, and then we have a responsibility that has been assigned to us by the society. It may not be government, society, to always ensure that information dissemination is made available to people. We let them know what's happening. After all, those who are in power that we surrender a mandate to collectively, those people do not have access to those people. We have access to their activities, which we now report to those who...
Charles, but many of us must shun unsubstantiated reports.
Well, exactly, because after Babajide, you will know that there are journalists and there are journalists. Sometimes when I see a story, when I was an editor at that time, when I read the first, from the headline, you know what we call Agbelero? Agbelero story and all that. Of course I do. So when I see a story, I see the headline, I say, bros, how much were you paid? They say, I say, this headline is smelling of money. So I now look at even the very first paragraph.
Yeah.
This paragraph is the promotion is there. So all these things we know. So, but a true journalist who has been trained on this job, the profession, will first of all look at what should I do to ensure that information gets to the people.
Authenticate the source.
Authenticate the source of the story.
Yeah.
Ensure
And
that, then go to exactly. You don't have to work because sometimes I'm even shocked that even some media houses and some media men are even taking leads from the social media. Oh, well, according to, so, I mean, come on, this, when we are reporters, we didn't know things like that. So the government is doing what it's doing. That is why yesterday that Governor Sanwo-Olu called together some of our colleagues. We all watched it. Even my radio station, we also linked to also get the listener to know exactly what the government was saying and all that. So it's a continuous, it's a continuous exercise. We must not rest on our oars at all. As Jide said, we don't have to like them. We don't have to hate them. As long as the society is aware of what is happening, so that the people can make informed decisions at the end of the day when we are giving them the information. Whatever they do with it, the journalist gives you the information. It leaves you to your own fate, whatever you do with it and all that.
But essentially,
but we as journalists must insist that our government wakes up and serves the people. Because sometimes our leaders,
but that's the government.
Sometimes our leaders behave like they are not responsible to anybody. You know, you got to work for the people, serve the people. That's what we want to see. And if a government makes up its mind to do it, announces to us a set of plans, we have to encourage it to honor his word. Some people don't like it when you criticize them, you know, but as journalists, if we bother ourselves so much about what someone will say, when you criticize him, you will not do your work.
Exactly.
You will not do your work.
Agreed.
So we can't have permanent friends as journalists, except you have not committed to speaking the truth.
Exactly. Then you are.
If you have committed to speaking the truth, you will speak the truth at all times.
All right.
You know?
All right.
So that's what we should do. Today's generation of leaders, they need to be pushed. They need to be nudged. If as journalists we fail to do that, then there will be manifest. Yes, there will be manifest misgovernance, and we have to do what is right.